Armenian village life, folks. Can't be better. Just spectacular. And right there in the distance is Garni Temple.
But in the West we have this, this is mine and that's yours.
Ah, yeah. What do you think, Shushma?
Yes.
Like it? You like it?
There's a spark in people. There's something very bright. And also there's sadness in the eyes.
Hi everyone.
Hello,
Hello.
And welcome back to the channel. I'm Mitch.
I'm Mrs. Mitch, and this is our granddaughter Shushma.
And today we are going to Garni,
Yes.
Garni village, and we're going to film a place called the Garni Craft Centre.
Yeah.
A German man owns this with his Armenian wife, and I think it's going to be very interesting, so stay with us.
Yeah, we
Come
take
along
you.
and join us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to introduce you to a gentleman named Karl Ulbricht. He lives in Yerevan. I believe he's been living in Armenia for something like 25 years or more. And he's come from Great Britain. And he's married to an Armenian lady. We won't meet her today, but we're going to see his craft centre, which is located in Garni. And we've just had coffee and some cake and some fruits with his neighbour, because that's what Armenians do. Neighbours know each other very well. Their house is behind. The craft centre is just there. And just to give you an idea of the location here, yeah, it's very nice. And the actual situation of the craft centre is, you can't believe, it's magnificent where it's located. So let's go and have a look. So this is the neighbour's yard next to the craft centre, next to Karl's Craft Centre. There's Shushma, and Karl is there in the distance. So hello, Karl.
Hi, Mitch.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
We've just enjoyed a cup of coffee and some refreshments with your neighbours.
That's right, yeah.
And here, I believe, this is the back of your craft centre, Garni Craft Centre. Before we have a look at that, I wonder whether we could just ask you a few questions maybe about yourself.
Sure.
Now, you're not Armenian.
No.
But you've been living in Armenia for quite some time.
Since 1991.
Since 1991, on and off.
Yeah.
And you're married to an Armenian lady.
That's right, yep.
And you have 3 children, 2 boys and
A girl.
1 girl. Yeah. Okay. Why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do here, why you decided to come to Armenia, and we'll take it from there.
Okay, so I'm from London, UK. I'm half English, half German. And my contact with Armenia began really after the earthquake in Spitak. An Armenian friend of the family who lives in London, she went out to Armenia to help after the earthquake. And when she came back to London and told us about it one evening, I got very enthused. I thought, wow, I must go and discover this place. The other thing that attracted me was that my sister, back in the 1980s, spent a year teaching English in Turkey. And my parents thought, okay, well, let's take the opportunity to have a holiday in Turkey. And all 4 of us met up and travelled around eastern Turkey, or as we would now say Western Armenia, and saw a lot of Armenian churches. Initially they seemed very sort of thick and squat, and I didn't understand really the attraction. And gradually I began to feel something for it. Even at the end, we went to an old cemetery in Trabzon, and I started copying out from a gravestone the words, not understanding anything of what I was doing. And I looked up in the dictionary, the only word I could actually find out was eternity. Interestingly enough. Anyway, one thing led to another. 1991 I came out for the first time, and really liked it. Travelled around, taught a bit of English, fell in love with a girl, not the one who later became my wife, no, this is an old story. But that was a motivation for me to keep up the contact,
Yeah.
start learning the language.
Mm-hmm.
Then in the 1990s, I'm a lawyer by background, by the way.
I was going to ask you that. What's your profession? Yeah.
The community in London formed the British Armenian Lawyers Association. We started having professional contacts with Armenia. The country had just become independent in 91. People were talking about reform, helping out.
Yeah.
We couldn't understand each other's language. So I said, okay, we need to have a dictionary. And in 1994 I came out here and I compiled English Armenian legal dictionary.
As you do.
Well, I learned on the job. I knew very little Armenian when I began.
That's amazing.
By the end of the year I knew quite a lot of Armenian. I didn't do it all on my own by any means. I had lots of help from really good local team. And it was useful, certainly in the 90s when people were learning about the legal system and doing some very basic law reform. It was useful to have that.
Is that book still for sale?
No, it went out of print ages ago.
Went out of print, yeah.
These days everything's online, you know.
Yeah. So what exactly, are you working as a lawyer now here in Armenia, in Yerevan?
Yeah.
You are. So how long have you been doing that on a constant basis here in Armenia?
It really started 97.
97.
I was working and living here in 97 until 2005.
26 years.
And then 2005 we took our young family back to the UK. My oldest was 6 years old at the time. I thought education. So all the kids went to schools in London. But I actually found it difficult to get full-time employment in London. We ended up coming back here in 2011. I've been here ever since. So
we're going to go for a little walk down here. This is now I should say that the property here, where the where Carl's Garni Craft Centre is located, is basically from that green fence to the wall up there. We'll take you in and have a look at that a little bit later, but Carl's going to show us more of the property down here. Sion and Shushma, are you coming? Come. Watch your step. So we're going down here. Be careful, everyone. Did you develop this part here, Carl?
Not just you.
Did you make these?
No, the steps were already
The steps were there?
I haven't really done anything other than
The blossom is beautiful. What sort of tree would this be?
That's a pear tree.
Pear tree? You probably can't believe it, folks, but the symphony of stone, which we may show you a little bit later, is right down there. Just down there, literally. And it's so beautiful here. It's just, I forgot the name of this river that runs through. Azad. Isn't it? That's just spectacular. And right there in the distance is Garni Temple. See Garni Temple, Shushma?
Some like little bit of symphony there.
And this tongue of land is nice because you've got two tributaries of the Azad.
They go. It goes around like that.
One comes from
here.
Reserve, Reserve.
Right. One from there and one from there.
Down past Yerevan Monastery.
The Kozarov forest is behind there. Yes, absolutely spectacular. Absolutely amazing. But it's a little bit frightening just there.
Yes, you have to know where to stop.
You'd have to know where to stop.
We can go. I don't know. Can go a bit further and then no longer.
It's all right. We're probably. It's probably far enough.
This gives you a good enough idea.
Oh, look at that! They've got a nice little like gazebo there. I guess that's what you call it, with a place to cook horovats. Fantastic. Just amazing. Just amazing. Yeah.
Carl going to find for us a little house on this side.
Who is?
Carl, my friend.
Carl is? Oh, good on you, Carl.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, unfortunately, prices for homes right on the canyon here, very close to Garni, it's very expensive now. This is the front view of the Garni Craft Centre. And this is the little part of the village they live in. Not they live in, where the centre is. It's very nice, very quaint. What do you think, Shushma?
Yes.
Like it? You like it? It's how you imagined it would be?
No.
No?
No.
It's more beautiful than you imagined?
Yes.
Yeah. This time of year, the blossom's out and canyon is just down there on the
canyon.
Yeah.
Something that I don't agree with what people do is they cut the stones and they use them for their properties. These stones have been from the canyon.
Oh, you're kidding.
Basalt, the same hexagonal pieces.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, this is terrible. From the symphony.
Yeah.
It's very wrong.
This was done some years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got all of the blossom. Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? Armenian village life, folks. Can't be better.
Sour cherries.
Cherry trees.
Sour cherries are very popular in the village.
And the fruits and the vegetables and everything from Garni are amazing. Which tree is this? Maybe, is this apricot? Apricot? Cherry? I don't know. Ah, does it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Apricot have just very unique shape of leaves.
Shushma's just discovered some beehives here. Also very popular in Armenian villages. Just strolling along a road very near to the canyon, on the same road as where the Garni Craft Centre is. Yeah, difficult life for doggies. Here's my type of car. Yes, this is an old Soviet four-wheel drive. It's called an UAZ. Now I had one of these, a brand new one. People think yeah, I did. I had one. I had. And my brother-in-law is still to this day thinking I'm crazy for getting rid of it. This one's seen better days, but it's still going. Now we're going to go and find a medieval church that's up this road, I believe. Carl is going to show us. You see, I wouldn't even mind living a little bit away from the canyon. It's not a problem for me. I just like the village life. Fantastic village in spring. Well, in all seasons, but spring is so beautiful with the blossom out. I'm going to go and have a look at this old medieval church now called Sup Astvatsatsin, which means Holy Mother Church. No, I don't know whether we've been to this one. I think we went to another one. That one you showed us back further.
That's interesting. Now you've got your cockerel.
Yeah.
And you've got.
Aha. Yeah.
Laying an egg.
Oh well. Look at that. We discovered this old car and look what's going through the bumper, or between the bumper and the grille.
Oh man. And inside of car.
And then inside inside.
See?
Oh boy.
Greenhouse.
Greenhouse. Yeah, the Symphony of Stones through this road. This has actually been all fixed up, this road. It used to be cobblestone down here and quite treacherous, but now we've got this stream running down alongside us. Beautiful. We've come down to the bottom of the canyon here to the okay, so there's two ways to go here. You can go left to the Kozarov Forest and right to the Symphony of Stones. And this gentleman here down here, his name is Ranjit, he came up to us and said, "Oh, you're Mitch?" And so he watches our channel. So as I was saying, we just met one of our subscribers, or at least a viewer of our channel. He came up to us and said, "You're Mitch, yes?" So, so this is Ranjit, Ranjit's wife, and I think Ranjit's friend from UAE, the children, and Symphony of Stones is in the background there. Okay, great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. Okay, so now we're going to go into the craft centre. Before we go in though, Carl, there's an important question I haven't asked you. Now, how did you meet your wife?
Well, that was back.
And she's Armenian, I believe, yes?
Yeah. We met through mutual friends. They were planning to go to Yerevan for a weekend, for a day trip, and because there were 8 or 9 of us, we needed 2 cars. So I said, okay, I'll come in my car. And so we had a rendezvous on the outskirts of the city on the road to Yerevan. And that's when I first saw my wife, future wife, in the other car.
That was the end of it, basically, yes? A beginning in the end?
The beginning of the end, I almost didn't go because I had stomach problems the previous day. I wasn't feeling really up to things. But I said I'd come along, so I thought, okay, keep my word. And that's how we met.
Fantastic. Carl, but why did you decide, what is it about Armenia, maybe aside from your wife or maybe because of your wife, why did you decide to stay in Armenia?
I tell you partly, quite frankly, it's an ego trip. If you learn the language, then everybody's amazed. Because you're not Armenian, how can we speak such good Armenian?
You speak perfect Armenian.
Every day it's an ego trip because I get compliments.
Is it the culture? Is it something here that it also attracts you?
Ինձ որ հարցնում են ոնց է ամուսինդ եկել Հայաստան, ոնց է որ ստեղ ապրում, ես ասում եմ, չգիտեմ, 2 պատճառ կա, կամ շատ սիրուն եմ, կամ շատ գեշ եմ, երրորդը չկա, դրա համար ինքը եկել այստեղ, քո համար չգիտեմ, կարելի է։
Now you can answer and then we can get the translation after for those who don't. Okay.
Ինձ համար մարդկանց պայծառությունն է, ինչ-որ գայծ կա այի մեջ, նաև տխրություն կա աչքերի մեջ, դա էլ է քաշում ինձ, երաժշտությունը, չգիտեմ, բնությունը, դա ամեն ինչ, չգիտեմ, իր հետ է։
What I said to Carl, when my husband came to Armenia, I don't know, because of maybe 2 points, or I'm too beautiful or too ugly, can't be suit one. But Carl said his points, and just I really amazed what he said. You can say in English.
There's a spark in people. There's something very bright, and also there's sadness in the eyes.
True.
But I find that also attracts me. And then the nature.
The nature is
culture.
Unbelievable, the culture.
Everything comes together.
I'm really happy to hear that. I'm so happy that we've come to meet you. The other thing we have to ask you about, maybe as we're walking into the craft centre, is how you got yourself interested in craft. And what exactly is the nature of the... It's not... I can't say it's a business, more a hobby for you. By profession, you're a lawyer. Which I also find fascinating. You have to know the language to be a lawyer here, right? Are you in business law? Are you in criminal law? What type?
I do a bit of commercial, a bit of family, civil. Not criminal.
Not criminal. Okay.
I'm not qualified to do criminal law here.
Okay.
You need to have special registration as a lawyer to do criminal. So that's another area. But civil things like property registration, family issues, inheritance, tax issues, range of things. I work for the British Embassy, for other organisations, for diaspora Armenian issues.
So if English-speaking people needed some assistance with any legal matters, civil legal matters, they could contact you?
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe we'll get your details later and we can put that in the description below. Okay. So please begin to tell us a little bit about how you got involved in craft and what particularly, and why you chose Garni to have this centre.
Well, the story of Garni is older because from the very first time that I came to Armenia in 1991, I made at least 2 trips to the village and I loved it. And then when I started working here full time, living here, I was looking for somewhere to have outside the city. So this was in the late 1990s, and I bought this small place, but never really used it much. We would just come for the day, have a barbecue, then go back again. Then about 5 years ago, I got interested in embroidery. One thing and another, looking at Bulgarian embroidery and other things. And I don't know why, I suddenly thought, well, maybe I can do some stuff.
Right.
So then it was a question of finding the right threads and the designs and so on. Seeing maybe there was a void in the market because people had moved away from natural dyeing, people had moved away from traditional designs. And I wanted to do something which I would enjoy, which I would enjoy the colours, the designs.
Yeah.
So I can come and show you.
Okay, let's do
some
that.
of the things we have inside.
Okay. So the back entrance is the main entrance, is that right?
This is the entrance.
This is the entrance. Okay, right, okay.
So if we start at the beginning, then we start with these sorts of things, which I started embroidering back in around 2017, 2018, I guess. Just inventing my own designs.
Okay.
This is an Armenian design.
Oh, that's nice.
There's a guy in Akhtala who runs a tourist centre, and he has a T-shirt with this on the front. And I came across the same design on the internet somewhere. I should meet up with him and show him that we're sharing the same design. Whereas this, for example, is Scandinavian. So then there was the issue of finding natural colours, and we do some of our own dyeing, and we have friends, contacts who...
When you say we, who is we that does your own dyeing? Now you have students that come here, or...
Well, I have... there are a number of women in the village who do the weaving, including, as you saw earlier, Karina.
The lady we had coffee with, the next door neighbour.
For example, Valtuhi recently finished this design.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is a dragon, or as we say, bishop in Armenia.
So are these items for sale?
Yes.
They are?
Yeah. Not the ones that I did.
No, but these ones here on the table.
These kilims. Yeah.
So how would one purchase one of these creations then?
Marketing has not been my strong point. There is a website called Buy Armenian, which was set up by an American Armenian couple, and we have a page on that website. We have some of our designs there.
We can maybe put that in the description also.
Yeah. Other than that, I've started making contact with tourism agencies to try and get people in to the centre. Because I work full time as a lawyer, maybe. Yes.
And you don't actually live in Garni, do you?
No, I don't live in Garni. So for me, it's a hobby. Yeah. If through contacts or exhibitions once or twice a year we're able to sell some things, then that's a bit of income.
So the
women.
The women who make women generally, apart from your good self, maybe.
Yes, you say that. Although, for example, we've got some young weavers, including a guy called Carlos, who wove this one.
Oh, nice. So they're doing this in their homes, and it's displayed here, correct?
This is also woven by Vartui's son, Darren, who's, I think he's 11 years old.
Right.
And this is a collaboration with a friend of mine who's a professional wood carver. He does some beautiful things. I said, I need some things, because this might be for a wall, you see.
Yeah.
And so you'd string it up and you'd then have nails to put it on the wall.
That's nice. Mrs. Mitch loves this type of thing.
So I have a number of designs here which we need to then tie them up.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. That would be very nice.
This is a sort of Japanese style.
Very beautiful.
This might be for a table.
Yeah. 4
small ones for cups.
So, for example, this generally wouldn't be open to the public. The craft centre is that
by
right?
appointment?
By appointment.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be honest, we're still learning how to work with this loom. we've been helped a lot over the years by the Women's Resource Centre in Goris, run by Rosanna Torosian.
Okay.
They are professionals at these sort of loom weavings. For example, these were woven in Goris. So I bring some things here to show people, to inspire them.
Yeah.
From different places. This is from Goris. This I don't remember whose design. This is felt. You see, you have a giraffe.
Oh yeah, that's cute.
This I think was woven by a diaspora Armenian.
Yeah.
Sorry, embroidered. Typically, the diaspora has tended to do smaller things because when they fled from the genocide, they couldn't take huge things, looms or carpets with them.
Show for me.
Oh, it's cute.
Yes.
This is madder, which is a root, which gives a nice red colour.
Ah, right. You were talking about natural dyeing.
Yeah. So this red is from madder.
Oh, wow.
The blue is from indigo. And then there's a more pinkish red.
And all of your weavers are using this natural dye?
Yes.
Yes.
Nowadays we only use natural dyes.
Oh, that's
Most of it, our good friend Haik Ortalci, he's a professional dyer. He has a place near the airport, and we buy from him. And I do some in my spare time just as a hobby because it's wonderful. You know, you get this lovely red colour, but you have to be careful. You don't heat to more than 80 degrees.
Oh.
If you heat more than 80 degrees, you'll get a brown colour.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Other things you can boil, but depends on.
I think Mrs. Mitch has found something that.
This is from Goris.
Yes, she likes very much.
Yeah, very, very nice. And warm. You can put on your shoulders just some noise. You don't need anything else. Yeah, it's very beautiful. Wool, 100% wool.
Okay, so we definitely have to
Comment.
put a link in the description for those of you who are interested. Maybe you, as Carl said, if you would like to come and see some of the items here, it's by appointment, but otherwise we can direct you to a website where they're for sale. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Woolen socks.
You get the raw wool, you need to wash it, clean it, you need to card it, which means putting it through this machine, which gives you a finer, you get a finer result, and then you need to spin it.
Oh wow!
And this is, we buy most of our wool now from Armenia, where there's a wool factory.
Yeah. Whereabouts?
Armenia, north of Gyumri. There's a wool factory.
Okay.
And they do good quality thread. But this is the old way of doing
but this
thread.
This is so beautiful. The old ways. We can't lose the old ways.
And normally you would dye after you've got your thread.
Yeah.
But you can, for example, dye the wool before making the thread. I tried some at home.
Yeah.
I wasn't very happy with the colours, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's a guy in Gyumri who does this. And what I'm wearing is also from this guy in Gyumri.
Ah, right. Oh, this is fantastic.
Yeah, this keeps me warm.
But he doesn't make these anymore, you said. Is that right?
Currently he's making other things.
We have to go to Gyumri. Maybe Carl can give his details. We can go to him too.
Believe it or not, I used to have one of these on my motorbike. I had a Suzuki 750. It was a two-stroke 750.
And then we had Suzuki.
I have one in my car.
Yeah.
The designs I do myself mainly. I work it out on computer, and then I send the designs across to the women who weave them. So this is a traditional Armenian style pattern. But this, for example, is Southeast Asian in origin, from the Hmong tribe. So I get inspiration from a variety of areas. This one has just been done.
This is beautiful.
Just received this today. These, in the West, carpet experts call these botte. I'm not sure what botte means really, but it's actually an almond. It's a symbol of fertility.
All right.
This is very beautiful.
So it's a very traditional Armenian design.
And by the way, Carl's next door neighbour has come to join us. We just had a nice cup of coffee, some fruits, and some chocolates, and
some compote.
I'm sorry, I can't remember her name.
Karine.
Hi, Karine. thank you so much for your hospitality. Armenian hospitality is the best, I have to say. But really, really wonderful. We can't lose this. In Yerevan, I know I'm filming myself. I'm filming you while I'm saying this, but in Yerevan, I can see changes happening, and not for the best. We tend to be losing some of our culture, and we can take good things from the West, very good things, but there's also a lot of bad things that we don't need to introduce to this country. And I can see it a little bit happening in Yerevan, and I'm sad for that. So when I see what you're doing here, and that you love the country, and you're doing things that actually are helping individuals and giving them something to do as well, it's great. It's really, really, really wonderful.
On that issue of culture clash, there's an interesting Armenian story, old tale, about a man who's walking past the king's orchard, and he approaches and asks the gardener, "Can I pick one apple?" And the gardener says, "No, this is the king's orchard." And the man is angry and says, "I curse this orchard, and it never bears fruit again." And this for me is this issue of, is this yours, is this mine, or is this shared? He's asking for one apple. Give him just the one apple, come on. But in the West we have this, this is mine and that's yours. This divide.
That's so true.
But here, there's this.
And you often in the West, you don't even know who your neighbour is, which is sad. So here, I don't know. It's beautiful, natural. It's pure. I love it.
Yeah.
And God bless you for the work that you're doing.
Yeah.
As a hobby, I mean, it's so nice to see. Very nice.
Very special. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much for the tour around. Carl, it was a delight to come and meet you, and I hope we can. This is the beginning of a long friendship. So everyone, we really hope you enjoyed this little tour of the Garni Craft Centre, meeting Carl Ulbrecht and this wonderful property here in Garni. Don't forget to pay a visit to the links below, and you'll be able to find where you can purchase some of the items we showed you and learn a little bit more about the centre too, perhaps. So until next time, it's bye from Mitch.
Mrs. Mitch.
Sushma.
And Carl.
And
don't forget subscribe.
Don't forget like, share and subscribe, and stay tuned to upcoming videos.
Hope you enjoyed it today.
Okay.
We enjoyed very much, and thank you to Heavenly Father, because we met wonderful human being who is next of me, Carl.
Amen to that. Okay. Bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.